welcome to Armstrong High School for prep wrestling here, the middle of a tri-meet. Our match for you here is the Cooper Hawks taking on the Park Center Pirates. I'm Jay Wilcox, John Lauritsen from Channel 4 joining me. And John, new coach this year at Cooper as Alex Wong takes over. They've still got some holes to fill, but the numbers have bounced back a little bit. They're going to be giving up some forfeits in this one, but they're kind of pleasantly surprised at the way a few things have gone for them this year, too.
Yeah, they got some wrestlers that have 10 wins already, so they got a few bright spots in that lineup. But, of course, you're a new coach. You're trying to get your bearings, trying to get your team to kind of acclimate to what you want to do on the mat. So we'll see how it goes tonight. We saw Park Center a little while ago. They got a couple really good wrestlers, too, some really exciting matches. We'll kind of hope for the same thing here when we see Cooper take the mat for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Park Center, a little bit deeper lineup. They did graduate some good talent last year, so they're not quite as experienced in some of the key weights and with guys who are, state tournament veterans like they were. But the fact that they've been able to fill out a lineup has kept them competitive in a lot of their dual matches, which some teams just unfortunately can't do.
I was impressed with that, too, because, like you said, some of these teams, and especially in the metro area, can't quite fill out a varsity lineup. Park Center has, for the most part, their lineup filled out, and they got a pretty good number of wrestlers out on JV and younger weights and younger classes as well. So it's nice to see them have a full team, and a lot of times that's all it takes to do well in a dual meet. So we'll see how that pans out against Cooper.
All right, Cooper and Park Center coming up, the middle of our three matches. The last one tonight will be Armstrong and Cooper. Stay tuned, more wrestling up next here on CCX. Alex Brennan getting his arm raised, wins by forfeit for Park Center at 106 in this matchup with Cooper. And Kai Beatty, likewise for the Pirates, will win by forfeit. Peyton Snyder wins by forfeit at 120 for Park Center. And to look at our potential matches, unfortunately you see some open spots, certainly for Cooper. The first three they forfeit, so they will start out trailing 18-0. We will have a match at 126. Aaron Dungy for Park Center and Jacob Hernandez for Cooper.
Dungy, the sophomore for Park Center. Hernandez, a senior for the Hawks. Dungy tries a shot. Nice sprawl job by Hernandez. Spins around, gets two. And an escape for Dungy, so 2-1 very quickly. Tough for the Hawks to start out down 18-0, Jay, with those forfeits, but get a win here, kind of get yourself on scoreboard. Hernandez trying to come around for two. He's going to get it. Precarious there for a second, but he'll take a 4-1 lead now. Dungy trying to stand up. Hernandez maintaining control. He's got that single leg, trying the trip, but he slips. Dungy will get the reversal, so that should make it 4-3. Dungy trying to stay behind Hernandez, brings him back down. See Dungy maintaining hand control. Hernandez staying on his base. Dungy locking up a cradle. Hernandez able to kind of break it, get his head out. And trying to get his leg free to get a reversal, but not able to do it quite yet. He's got that left leg stuck, and that's why he's not getting any points yet, even though he's essentially on top of Dungy.
Yeah, Dungy's actually squeezing that leg with his two thighs.
Well, that was smart, just to hang on. He knew the clock was going down.
See what Dungy will choose here.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. He was taken down. He wants to go neutral, so start both up. Must have a little more confidence. A lot of these Park Center wrestlers have picked neutral tonight. We saw that in their match against Armstrong. They like to be on their feet. Dungy does try a shot there.
And I think a lot of times that kind of hints toward inexperience. A lot of times when you first start out wrestling, what you learn is moves, from your feet, from a standing position. And the more experienced guys get, the more comfortable they are at each spot, whether you're down or on the top position.
Yeah, and then it pays off for Dungy here. He does get that takedown to take the lead 5-4. Still in control. Hernandez trying to kind of back out of there, get an escape at the very least. Dungy's still going to have control, though. He hangs on to those legs real well. At least enough to kind of keep Hernandez from getting out of there and getting points. Hernandez trying to stand up. Dungy throws on a cradle. A precarious one, though.
I was going to say, he's almost putting himself in a bad spot.
He's going to give up a reversal. And he might give up more if Hernandez is able to get this half on.
So Hernandez retakes the lead, trying to get
I see him trying to break that plane there, Jay. He's got Dungy in a tough spot, but Dungy's so flexible.
I was just thinking the same thing. How did he not go over there? Oh, it looks like his shoulder might be not feeling the greatest there.
Is that Dungy that they stopped for, or potentially dangerous, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. That shoulder was getting into a tough-looking spot. Now the official coming over to check score here.
Yeah, it looks like. I wonder if it was a potentially dangerous.
Yeah, he might have awarded a point there. It looks like. Back points coming for Hernandez there. He hasn't awarded it yet, but signaling that 2 will be forthcoming here. Now we have blood time. We are going to award the 2 to Hernandez, so he will go up 8-6.
Some wild matches tonight, I'll say. In our first dual meet, we saw, especially at the end there, too, between the heavyweights for Park Center and Armstrong. That went essentially triple overtime. And this, we saw another one that was in the teens before there was a pin. It was 15-12, and now we got one here that's kind of back and forth between Jacob Hernandez of Cooper and Aaron Dungy of Park Center. And, there's times in this match and both guys look like they're in trouble, and here we are. Jay, 14 seconds left in the second, and it's anybody's match right now. Dungy tries that roll through, and when he did that before, Hernandez was able to put him in a tilt and get some back points, and he's going to maybe get a couple, let's call them cheap points. He didn't get a 2 count there, Jay, but he got the 1, so no points.
Cooper, 8, Park Center, 6.
And Hernandez will also choose both up here for period 3.
And just like Dungy did in the second, Hernandez is going to get a quick takedown. Make it 10-6. The flexibility, though, of Dungy is just gotten him out of some trouble a couple times.
Briefly looked like he was going to get a reversal there.
He's trying to get some, Hernandez rather, trying to get a tilt on Dungy to get a couple quick near fall. He's going to let him go.
Make it 10-7 now.
There's a nice low shot by Dungy. Hernandez trying to fight this off. And Hernandez, that right foot, he gets that free. He's in a good spot here for a takedown. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, Dungy, he just kind of keeps moving. When you think he's in trouble, he gets out of it. Kind of laying on that leg, not giving up any points here. You can see it.
Stalemate call there. It's been kind of like an awkward feeling match, hasn't it?
It really has. And I feel like Dungy, when he knows he's in a little trouble, he just hangs on to something and waits for the ref to blow the whistle. That's worked out well for him.
Hernandez bothered a little bit with that knee, it looks like, too. He was in a little bit of pain. So he's got the lead, but he's a little hobbled right now.
And he can't back off. You don't want to give up a stalling call. There's still 40 seconds left. He's backing off a little bit. The ref has not warned him, but he's moving back too much probably. So if you're Dungy, you be the aggressor here and maybe get a takedown at a stalling point or whatever it might be. There's a shot. No points yet. This is going to work out in Hernandez's favor, though, if there's no points. We're going to kill some clock here a little bit. And it looks like he's going to come out of this, Jay, with a win for Cooper.
No points there, so Hernandez will indeed hang on to get the win.
Cooper 10, Park Center 7.
That's some sportsmanship there. That's nice to see. Cooper gets on the board and decision for them. Jacob Hernandez, a senior, getting the Hawks on the board.
Avery Phillips of Park Center will win by forfeit at 132. I think the Hawks may be also open at 38 here. We'll see.
It's tough when you already have a hard time filling a lineup and maybe you have some guys out due to illness or whatever it might be. And
Hernandez. Jonas King will win by forfeit at 138 for the Pirates.
And that'll make it 30-3 in favor of Park Center, with all those points coming via forfeit.
Jackson Sanders will win by forfeit at 145.
Now it's 152 pounds for Park Center. Kenny Shidea, and for Cooper, Yusef Shabazz.
Kenny Shadia will wrestle for Park Center at 152, and he'll face Yusef Shabazz of Cooper, as one of their captains. He's got a 10-4 record this year, also in track. And Shadia placed in sections last year, so has a chance to be a pretty good matchup here, I would think.
Yeah, a couple seniors out on the mat. Just our second match of the dual meet. Boy, quick little flurry of activity there and no points out of it. Shabazz trying to throw a headlock, it looked like, on Shadia. Shadia rolls right through. And they kind of break apart, go back to the middle.
Had that little flurry of activity, and now a little more here.
And here we go again, and almost two there for Shadia, but Shabazz keeps moving. able to stay out of harm's way for a second at least. Baz trying to kind of do an arm drag there a little bit, trying to drag him by, maybe grab a leg. Still no points, 46 seconds left here in the first.
I think both guys found out early that it's not going to be easy, that they both are good enough that you're not going to walk through one or the other.
Oh, we got a stalling warning.
That one against Shadia, yeah, just backing straight up there. Oh, he looks he's got a little bit of a limp going, huh? Injury time. Don't know if he turned an ankle or if it's more of like a calf.
I think maybe his right ankle for a second, but yeah, it's hard to say. He's standing there. It looks like he's going to continue, so hopefully he's all right.
Shabazz trying to circle, I think, trying to make Shadia have to move around a little bit more too and take advantage a little bit of him being hobbled.
Yeah, no real shots taken yet. No single leg, double leg. They're changing levels, but no points.
Yeah, I would kind of term it a cautious first period, I think.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, we had that little whirlwind of activity early in that period. Then after that, it was pretty controlled. And here we have Shadia starting down. Shabazz got him broken down pretty well. Shadia trying to work back up to his base. Shabazz breaks him back down again.
Trying to hip him over here.
Yeah, he is. And he's kind of got him in a little bit of a precarious situation. You can see that half. He's getting back points. I'm impressed with how strong some of these wrestlers are tonight. Shadia's in trouble, but boy, most guys that have been on their back pretty flat a while ago. He's using his upper body strength to stay up.
See Shabazz really trying to lift that head.
Yeah, and he's in a real good position. He's close to getting a pin, and there it is.
Youssef Shabazz coming up with the pin for Cooper as they get there. Only 2 matches have been wrestled.
Yeah.
And they've won them both,
yeah.
But they've forfeited 6 weights. So obviously not much chance of winning the duel at that rate, but still impressive showing there for Youssef as he gets the W.
Yeah, when it comes to wrestling action, they're 2-0 tonight. But, yeah, like you said, Jay, too many forfeits. But there's a nice pin for the Cooper senior.
Now wrestling at 160 pounds for Park Center, Jacob Hansen, and for Cooper, Owen Holly.
Jacob Hansen will go for Park Center. Owen Holly for Cooper.
Hansen just a freshman, Holly a junior for the Hawks.
Holly also trains in jiu-jitsu is what Coach Wong was telling me, that local club.
Yeah, there's a takedown for Hansen. So Hansen against Armstrong get a quick takedown too in that first dual meet. He's got a half on Holly there. He's got him in trouble.
And Hansen will end up getting the pin. Just 49 seconds in.
49 seconds in for Hansen and gets the first Looks like Holly might have been a little banged up there. He wasn't squirming too much on his back. I think he's a little bit of pain. Something in his shoulder might have gotten hurt. You can see right there. It seemed like Hansen had his right hand underneath Holly's shoulder blade. Otherwise, that might have been a pin a little bit earlier.
Dave Cardbow will win by forfeit at 170 for Park Center.
Now we're 182 pounds. For Park Center, Mo Bamba, and for Armstrong, Peyton Schroyer.
Mo Bamba versus Taden Schroyer here at 182.
Well, on paper here, Jay, with this match, Mo Bamba, impressive sophomore for Park Center, got a pin in that dual meet against Armstrong, but Taden Schroyer, a senior captain for Cooper. So
yeah, and he's got a 10-2 start to this year.
This could be a good match. You brought that up earlier, and Cooper does have, for not being able to fill out a full lineup, they do have a few wrestlers with double-digit wins already. And some experience. They got a few seniors in this lineup. More seniors than Park Center does. So maybe a little more experience when on the matches that do take place on the mat tonight. Bamba trying to double leg. It's close to getting a takedown. Schroyer doing a nice job playing defense, but there's a takedown for Bamba.
Trying to get off to the side and control that arm, but Schroyer doing a nice job of kind of curling up in a ball there, not giving him much.
No, and then he gets the escape. Now he takes his shot, and they go off the edge of the mat. So 2-1, Bamba leads. 44 seconds left to go in the first.
Now he didn't end up scoring with it, but it's a good example there of you don't stop until the whistle, because Schroyer almost caught him off guard there by taking that quick shot. After, kind of the natural assumption was that they were going to be off the mat, but he shot anyway. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, we got banged in the head there.
Yeah. Bamba shot in, and I don't know if they hit heads or his head definitely hit something hard on the, whether it was a head or shoulder or knee.
Yeah.
Ooh. That one hurt. Let's see if we can catch what he hits with his head. Right.
Oh, it is the head.
Yeah, it is right into the head. And surprisingly, from that position, it didn't seem to really bother Schroyer at
I was
all.
just thinking the same thing, Jay.
It looked like it would have hurt them both.
Right, and then kind of between the eyes, and you'd think that would at least ring your bell a little bit, but he seems fine. And Bamba does too, so that's good. And he's got the lead here, 2-1 in the first. 30 seconds to go in the first period, 182 pounds. Park Center's got this dual meet locked up thanks to some forfeits, but this could be a good match. Bamba had takedown earlier in the first, trying to get a second. Schroyer does a nice job of staving that off. There's another shot by Bamba. See if he finishes this one, Jay. He's switching to a double. He doesn't have it yet, but I think he's going to.
Yep. And right before the buzzer, too. That's always kind of a bonus when you can score late like that. Good job to stick with that one. Schroyer tried his best to fight it off, but couldn't quite do it. Yeah, and I would agree. I think probably based on, not going to pretend we know a lot about these teams, but coming in probably on paper, this might be the best matchup of this duel with Bamba and Schroyer both being pretty good kids.
Pretty good wrestlers for both teams, maybe two of the best wrestlers on each team.
There's Alex Wong, the new head coach for Cooper. His experience at Columbia Heights as a head coach. He was at Roosevelt. He's a graduate of Columbia Heights and now taking over this Cooper program. He wanted to make sure that I pointed out that one of his assistants there that we just saw, Mike Lentz, was an Armstrong grad. So he's back on the other side, and also a state tournament entrant and place winner for Armstrong, late 90s.
Well, that's good to know, and that helps a lot with the program to have that experience, success.
He said he saw Coach Lentz's name up on the wall in the wrestling room here. He said, I want to bring our kids in there to show them that. Okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. He was a state place winner. Nice spin around by Bamba to get 2 more.
Well, this is another example, I think, Jay, too, of like we talked about earlier, Park Center kids tonight, these wrestlers are way more comfortable on their feet, it feels like, than any other position. And Bamba's going to let him go, and there's an example of that again. He wants to wrestle on his feet. He's got a 6-2 lead over the Cooper captain, Tayton Schroyer, co-captain. Schroyer not a bad wrestler, but 6-2, you can see just an example of when one wrestler is dominant on their feet, they can really open up a match a little bit. Again, still plenty of time for Tayton Schroyer to make his move, but trailing 6-2 right now. Obama's got he's got strength and he's got those long arms. And he just can kind of reach around and finish some of these takedowns where you wouldn't necessarily think, Jay, that he would be able to. Well, Schroyer trying to he's got a shot, and I don't know if he's got control. Wow, Bamba. And not only does he come out on top, he has him on his back. No time to get back points, but wow, there you go. There's an example of just don't quit, keep moving.
He did get the takedown, but no back points there, so 8-2 lead.
Schroyer all but had that takedown for himself, and then Bamba just kept moving, didn't stop, and ended up on top. Just a scramble that he ends up getting 2 more points on, so now it's 8-2.
Schroyer trying to throw a cradle on, but didn't get too far with that. And there's an escape for Bamba. He's been setting the tone here. He leads 9-2, but still have to, finish a lot of time to go.
Yeah, he's probably thinking maybe a major decision here if he gets an 8-point lead, but Schroyer almost took him down at the end of that second period. And Bamba, those long legs, he just kind of spins around. And now a nice job by Schroyer. Keeps turning into him. That should make it 11-4. Just over a minute to go. Oh, Bamba comes out, just flips himself over, spin around, get 2, 13-4.
Now 13-5, so sitting right at a major decision right now, but still some time to go. I think Bamba definitely thinks he can take him down again. And to be honest, the team score kind of irrelevant with all
really
those
is,
forfeits,
yeah.
But
15-5 now for Bamba. He's an impressive young wrestler. I think he's got a bright future for Park Center. A combination of length and strength, and he seems to know what he wants to do on his feet, which is he can win a lot of matches even if he can't turn a guy by just getting takedowns.
So he'll get a major decision win, 15-5. Schroyer, unfortunately, looks a little worse for the wear there.
Yeah, he's getting up now, but I don't know if he got banged in his head or what.
Oh, wow.
Seen some good sportsmanship tonight. Like Bamba checking on him too to make sure he's okay. So I think a good lesson for high school athletes in the northwest suburbs and beyond is what happened with the Buffalo Bills safety. He had the
Yeah, it looks like it's actually
problem on the field. I know that's nothing like this, and he had having the ambulance on the field and everything else when he went through that. We saw a lot of things on social media about young athletes saying we got to look out for each other, even when we're opponents. And it was a nice gesture there by Bamba to check on him and make sure that Schroeder is okay.
Samuka Kane wrestling for Park Center, and David Huron. David Huron for the Hawks. Another of their captains, 5th year in their program. Kana just an 8th grader, so a lot of difference in age. I think they might have hit heads a little bit there too.
Kane lost a tough match in that first one. It's taken down here.
And Huron with a nice ankle pick, and now trying to turn him.
Yeah, he's got him in trouble. Get a couple back points at least. I'm guessing 2 on that one, but it's not over yet. Here he's Kane back. He's trying hard to bridge out of that, but he's in trouble. He might get out of this too, because he's a little too over the top, not quite perpendicular enough to get a pin here is Roan. It's still close.
And he is not loosening that grip any. He's just trying to readjust a little. And now going to come around behind. He'll get his 3 near fall. So David Huron leading at 5-zip now.
Kane just he did not want to get pinned right there, and he was really scrambling, really trying to bridge his way out of that, like he is again here. Roan has got him a little better position for himself this time, and he got the pin.
So the Hawks will get their 2nd pin and 3rd win overall in this one. Corkscrewed him right back to his back there after not quite being able to finish him earlier on.
And Kane, just an 8th grader, he tried hard to kind of keep those shoulders up, at least the one, but he wasn't able to do it. So a big pin there for Cooper, senior captain.
A.J. Lawson for Park Center, Bright Deku for Cooper. He is off to a 10-2 start this year. Deku was born in Ghana and raised in Liberia until coming over to U.S.
And Lawson, a sophomore. It's tied up pretty good here, right in the edge of the inner circle.
Lawson didn't get a chance to wrestle in our first match against Armstrong. The Falcons forfeited this weight, so he got his hand raised but didn't get mat time. And now he's going to see what he can do against one of Cooper's better guys. These teams were both at the Brooklyn Center tournament a weekend ago, and the Park Center ended up 2nd as a team there. So Coach Miller from PC was telling me that, yeah, we did have some matchup with Cooper, and he said they had some good matches. So I think we said if you remove all the forfeits, Cooper, would be hanging in this one. But obviously that's the next order of business is to get a deeper lineup going. Deku takes him to his back.
Well, he's squeezing him pretty good, but if he wants a pin, he's going to have to work real quick. He's got about 10 seconds left here.
Ooh, almost has it. There he did.
There's 6 seconds left in the period. Bright Deku, another captain for Cooper. It's the pin. Not much for scoring in that match until a takedown and then this, a half Nelson.
Yeah, and a lot of times you see that in these higher weights too, that it can end in a hurry.
It sure can.
William Russell for Park Center and Amir Gaydon for Cooper in our heavyweight matchup here.
You know, you're talking about these upper weights too, Jay. Cooper has 5 guys listed at heavyweight, but they have nobody listed at 106, 113, or 120. So, unfortunately for them, their lineup is just not balanced. It'd be nice if they could spread some of those guys out a little bit. Obviously, nobody's cutting from heavyweight to 106.
Yeah. Although, I guess, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure that all those guys at the bottom of that list are necessarily heavyweights. They may be just tacked on there.
Okay.
As the list.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a couple with the same last name, and could be brothers, and they're listed on the roster at least. But yeah, they have 3 guys listed at 195, 2 at 220, and that if that is correct, there's 5 guys listed at heavyweight. So they have guys on the team. They just seem to have a lot at certain weights and none at others. And takedown for Russell here early on in this match. Gaydon trying to get up.
I think Russell right now, I say you don't want to give up one easy at the end there. Better off just taking him off the mat. Although it was a stalling. He made it too obvious there that he was just pushing him off the mat.
They got a warning.
Russell, good stalling warning there.
Oh, Russell trying to chin drop here. Almost had it for a second. Gaydon able to fight that off.
Gaydon's got a 5-5 record this season. Also competes in track for the Hawks. As we said earlier in the first match of the night, Russell, a football lineman for the Pirates, and he got a pin in the earlier match with Armstrong. Again, if you're watching live on Friday night here, the 13th, we'll also have the Cooper Armstrong match coming up for you, the third of the tri-meet here. So look at Justin Miller, Pirates coach.
Russell will start down to begin the second, leading 2-0. Senior from Park Center. Gaydon also a senior for the Hawks. There's a roll. Russell has him in trouble now. No back points, though. Nice job by Gaydon fighting that off, but an impressive little reversal there by Russell. Quick burst of speed. Tries for a half Nelson, for a second anyway.
Yeah, I really thought that Gaydon was going to be in trouble there. It looked like he was in a spot where Russell was going to be able to just kind of put that weight on him chest to chest, but he was able to roll through at least to his stomach.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it for a second. There's that half again. Russell keeps going for. Now he might have Gaydon in trouble. Gaydon strong on his own account, though, really trying to bridge and fight this off. A guy with Russell's size, though, kind of wear him down. That might be a pin right there. It is.
You got him. Russell back-to-back pins here tonight at Armstrong, and so that will put the finishing touches on this middle match of the tri-meet, as Park Center will win it with this fall here by Russell, 58-21. Cooper did win 4 matches, including 3 of them by pins. But just the fact that they had so many forfeits in the lineup made it an impossible task here against the Pirates. So match number 2 in the books. Park Center defeating Cooper. Again, if you're watching live Friday night, it'll be Armstrong versus Cooper coming up next year on CCX Sports. For John Lauritsen and all of our crew, that'll do it for now as the Pirates defeat the Hawks.